coming to you somewhat live from somewhere in Northeast America. Projecting himself into New York City. Your host, Pokemon, and his seasonal allergies. Bring you the hit show, On Strike. Good evening, everyone. We are back for another episode of On Strike. Now, Harold, listen up. This episode is going to be a pre-recording.
Why?
It's in case I get kidnapped. That happens a lot to TV show hosts.
What? Why would someone kidnap you?
Listen, you don't understand, Harold. The YouTube Red scene is very competitive.
Fair enough.
In terms of worldwide news, I will be going off to college. I'll be leaving on August 15th.
That is not world news.
Listen, Harold, it's my show. Whatever I want to be world news can be world news. In terms of Marvel Strike Force news, Dr. Octopus is on the way soon. A character that will hopefully make the Sinister Six relevant. I would say relevant again. Are they ever really relevant? This multi-armed madman will be recruited with X-Force characters in an upcoming Legendary event, and I am personally very excited for this character. Now, I think it's about time to talk with our special guest, Tony Bing. Tony Bing's channel offers a unique perspective on YouTube, where as opposed to most people that I've talked to throughout this series, Tony Bing does not only cover Marvel Strike Force, but he covers a wide array of Marvel games, including Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 and the upcoming Marvel Avengers game. Can we give Tony Bing a big hand? Hey guys, I am back with Tony Bing. Tony Bing, do you want to say hi to everyone?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great today. So we're going to do the usual. We're going to ask you 6 questions. 3 focus more about your real life and what you like to do. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about Marvel Strike Force, because you offer a unique perspective over everyone else I've interviewed so far in this series. Most people who do Marvel Strike Force videos, they really just hone in on Marvel Strike Force videos. Maybe the most you'll see from some people is they'll maybe do a sponsored video for another game. But you're sort of unique because you actually cover multiple different games on your channel. And so we'll talk about those in some of the questions today. But Tony Bing actually is going to sort of offer a unique look on YouTube, especially when compared to everyone else I've talked to. But let's start off with the first question. Since you do cover a lot of different games, you get to see a lot of different Marvel games. What's your favorite part about Marvel Strike Force? Why do you enjoy covering it?
I'd say the favourite part is probably the build side of things and the theory crafting. It's something that has really fell back a little bit recently because there's so many preset teams nowadays. Like, you have one team that will come out and will have a very specific use. It'll be aimed towards war offence, and then the next team that comes out will be war defence. And so that was the one element I really enjoyed, but definitely my enjoyment in the games fell down a little bit. That's why the uploads aren't as often, and it's really down to the theory crafting side and it being a little bit on the weaker these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's something we've heard from other people. It is definitely a lot less theory crafting nowadays. It's a much different game now than when it first launched. Now you really cookie cutter nowadays, sort of. But my hope is at least eventually, maybe, if hopefully at some point this game will have theory crafting on like a more higher level. So instead of it being like, this is how I code, because I do also. I'm sad that there's like cookie cutter teams nowadays as well. But the way I try to look at it is I'm like, well, if there's so many teams, then it's less the theory crafting as an individual character, and it's more theory crafting on a team basis and like a crazy ecosystem of teams and how they interact with each other. Because I feel the same thing where I'm like, man, it's kind of a bummer when you just do the exact same team for everyone. So that's sort of how I sleep at night. I justify it to myself like that. That is a really fun part about Marvel Strike Force. And to talk more about Marvel Strike Force and video games as a whole, since you cover all these games, how did you get into content creation on YouTube?
Yeah, it was quite an odd one. It was, most people that do know me from Marvel Heroes. I'm not actually sure. Did you ever get the chance to play that?
Oh yeah, because I remember I saw some of back in the day. I did watch some of Marvel Heroes. I did play that with my dad way back. He's talking about an MMO. It was more like it's sort of like Diablo. You'd run around, beat up bad
MMO ARPG. It was like a mishmash of an action RPG and an MMO, and I don't know if I've ever really had anything like that before. But the guide creation came from, used to have raids in Marvel Heroes, and there was quite a lot of theory crafting and there was a lot of builds and so on. That's one of the reasons I really loved it. Now, one time I was running through a raid with a player, and at the end of it, they messaged me on the forum asking the build I was running because they found it quite interesting. So what I decided to do, I'd done a little write-up on the build. It was maybe something like, let's just say it was the one page on the particular website we were using at the time. Started to get some feedback, started to then elaborate on it a bit and flesh it out, learn how to put pictures in it, learn how to drop certain types of links and so on. And then from there, I really caught the guide bug. So I was doing written guides for a fair amount of time. They then done a really large update, and Marvel Heroes, the biggest update ever, where every character was changed, which meant that every written guide I'd done and spent hundreds of hours on potentially were null and void, really. So I had to start again. And I figured, why not start again and actually do videos? And then here we are. I think it's something like 1,700 videos later in two and a half, 3 years.
That's a lot of was that the Omega update?
It sure was. The biggest update ever was tied in with the Omega update. The Omega update was all about bringing it to console.
Yeah.
And of course, it was only on console for, I think it was 4 or 5 months. And it shut down. So that was a bit of a bummer, to say the least.
It was a really, because I remember that then it did sort of, but I did, I remember in particular, there was one, because my dad and I, because we played the DC Universe Online when we created a character, and then probably like a year or two later, after the 2016 update, we got into the Marvel Heroes one, and we played that a lot, and that was a really fun game. And I remember in particular, it was the night before, because there's the night before you go to school at the start of the year, but there was the night before where I could still stay up late, and I bought Nightcrawler and Gambit and Marvel Heroes, and I played it all night long with those 2 new characters. It was the way I spent my last night before I had to start getting to bed early for school. I have some fond memories of that game too. It was
good.
Yeah, it's such a fun, and they had a lot of characters too and sidekicks. I love the sidekick system in that game. How they had the little, you could sort of they had sidekicks that follow you around, but you could actually level up too, and you could give them different skills and stuff. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of really cool stuff in that game. That was a really fun game.
Definitely, yeah. It's something that I don't think it's ever been really replicated again. A Marvel game, at least, it's got that level of depth. But holding out some hope for the upcoming Avengers game. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, no, I think, that was it. And did you see for the Avengers game? Are you planning to play it on PS4? Or are you going to...
I've no idea. Currently, I have it on... I've actually pre-ordered it on PC and PlayStation 4, and we've got... I don't know if you're about to mention the Spider-Man debacle.
I was reading about that today. That was a bit of a bummer for people like me that are going to play it on PC, probably.
Yeah, same. I actually just really recently upgraded the PC specifically for Marvel Avengers, and I'm at the point now that I've never been at before where I can get a relatively stable 60 frames in 4K on Ultra. So I was really looking forward to playing it on PC. But if I'm to do that, then I'm missing out on Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've no idea what to do. I really don't. It's disappointing, to say the least.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, there was recent news that Spider-Man, a full character, will be exclusive to the PS4 version of Marvel Avengers, that big game that's coming out, which is a bummer considering how big a character like Spider-Man is, especially if, for people like me who couldn't play the Spider-Man game because you didn't have a PS4, you're like, well, at least I'll get to play him in the Marvel Avengers game. But nope. So I guess we just got to stick to Ultimate Alliance 3 or something like that to play Spider-Man or something like that. So, man, it is a bit of a bummer, but oh well. But talking about those Marvel games, what's it like to cover so many games on your channel? I tried doing a couple of videos here and there on other games on my channel. I know it's hard to balance everything. What's it like to manage a few different games on your channel?
Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Recently, I was covering, at one point, of course, there was Strike Force. I was doing a ton of videos on that, and then we had Ultimate Alliance 3 that came out, and that actually done really well on the channel. And so I was doing a lot of videos on that. I done a beginner's guide I used to do for that, and they were pretty in depth. They would take about 3 or so hours to do, and I'd done one for every character, all 52 characters. So I had that. And then I was doing videos for Marvel Super War, which they've recently announced won't be going global. I really don't have much luck. It's not going to be going
global.
No, it's not.
Oh, I was waiting for that one. Oh.
Yeah. The reason it's not going global is because I put a ton of effort into it in the background, and I actually had over 100 skin videos already waiting to go. So once again, the curse of Bing strikes, and a Marvel game that I cover, it's normally the kiss of death. So yeah.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I was looking forward to that. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Oh.
They're
I
bringing
get
the
why they
bad
wouldn't bring it
news.
over to America. America's like superhero, or like even the rest of the world. Like we're like America's like superhero country. Like people loves like it's like
Exactly.
I mean that's like oh my gosh, that's why superheroes were created. Like that's where that's like oh my goodness. Oh well, it
Yeah.
is what it is, I guess.
I believe the original comic run, and there was a comic run based on Super War, and I think it was maybe only released in America, that comic run. And the fact they're not going to release it, the actual game in America, is crazy. But like I say, I reckon I've been cursed by a gypsy or something like that. So no doubt Avengers game will go down in flames. It's starting already with Spider-Man. They'll announce, I don't know how they'll announce a big name exclusive for Xbox, and that'll be it. Game will be shut down in 3 months' time. But covering multiple games is hard work, definitely hard work. But one of the things when you cover one game is you can get burnt out playing the same game. And I like a bit of variety. And if I cover a new game, it means if I'm going to do a new style of video, I find that quite interesting. And I think yourself, when I watch your content, I would say that you fall more on the creative side like myself, where you enjoy doing something different and something creative rather than just the same style of video. Is that right to say?
All about creativity here.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. I really do love the creative stuff you do. I do. I love when a long time ago when you done the quitting video.
Oh, that was my artistic video. I got artsy in that one.
Yeah, I love that. It was great. It really was good. Do more stuff like that, definitely.
Well, that's really cool to hear somebody's perspective on covering multiple games on a channel. But we're halfway through our question segment, so we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go to a Bonkers battle, and we will be right back. So I will see you guys there. Race, political alignment, gender. Humans love putting themselves into factions. It's the one great law. Hold on. Race, political alignment, gender. Humans love putting themselves into factions. It's the one greatest flaw with humanity. What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. You've experienced it already. What? You know what I'm talking about. You've experienced it already. Listen, I'm just trying to make a YouTube Red series. Could you just get to the point? A typical response from a vanilla Isaac. A what? What? I'm you from the future. I've gone to college. The whole world is just as you fear. Hey guys, I'm back with Tony Bang. We're going to be doing a Bonkers battle today. Today's gimmick, you can only pick characters that begin with the letter W, N, G, or X, and we're going to throw away the first two bands as per usual. We'll be picking the Hydra minions right now because they do not work with the restrictions for today. But then we'll be doing the rest of it legit. We'll both be picking 5 characters legitimately, and we will both ban a character from the enemy team legitimately. Tony Bang is now going to ban his Hydra minions for me. Just so again we keep all these W, N, G, and X characters here because there aren't that many of them, so we can't afford to just go banning them. So I get first pick. Time to start deciding here. I do have a couple characters in mind as to who I think is the best out of here. I think I do know who I want to pick. Who do you think? Well, I guess we'll see who Tony Bang's going to pick for his first 2 characters. He's got a couple of options here.
Yeah, that was a good call, Nick Fury to start.
Yeah, I think he'll make a. Now the only problem is I can't pick anyone too good because they'll just get banned out. So you got to pick enough good characters where they can start banning people. All right, I got a big idea here. This is gonna be pretty big brain. A War Machine. That's a good pick. That's some solid damage right there. All right, and then I forget about the G characters. I'm not even looking. Because I remember I counted it out. I was like, this is enough characters, but I forget who I counted out. Oh, Groot, Green Goblin, Graviton, Ghost Rider, Gamora. Oh, Negasonic Teenage War. That's a smart pick. All right. All right. Watch this. This is gonna be some. This is what we call synergy. Alrighty, and then boom. Look at that. X23 and Wolverine synergy right there.
Nice.
Actually, why did I pick Wolverine first? Nobody else was going to pick Wolverine. I could have left him there for the 5th pick. Never mind. Nobody was looking for Wolverine. Alright, who else do we got? I got to start looking up here for some characters. I think.
For Ghost Rider.
Good pick. But luckily, there's not a ton of Mystic characters here, so I won't have to deal with the passive. The passive only works on a Mystic death, right? Or is that an anybody death? Where he shoots somebody?
I don't know offhand.
Yeah, no, that's it is hard to keep track because it is not uncommon for that to have gimmicks that are specific. So it is sometimes hard to remember. All right, let's see here. Who do we got up here? I think we got a. Oh yeah, this is what I call another double synergy right here. Now Tony Bank's gonna pick his last character, and then we will each get to ban one from the team, and then we'll have to fill it with one more member here. And it is definitely gonna be the bottom of the barrel when we're picking the 5th member of the team here. All stars like Namor, Night Nurse, Nobu,
Nebula.
Oh, Nebula, I forgot about her. Wasp, Winter Soldier. Some incredible characters left over here once we ban.
Yeah.
Tony's eyeing up his 5th character he's contemplating. I did try to Winter Soldier. I got a pretty good idea. Root. Oh, I was not expecting.
Didn't expect that.
I was thinking it was Nick Fury. I was thinking, all right, let's see who done that one. Ghost Rider really depends on how his passive works. I don't know if it works in Alright, I don't want Negas on a Teenage Warhead getting rid of all my buffs. I get to pick first here. Let's see here. Nobody. Alright, I guess I need a little bit of tankiness here. So who do we got? Not a lot in the tankiness category. Groot was a pretty good one to ban though. Man, there's really nobody here. I'm going Namor. I think he is the best out of who's left there. I did consider
team's a mess.
these are some these are some interesting teams. I was considering Nobu. Wouldn't it be kind of cool if I got a revive off or something like that? But I did not think the gamble was worth it.
I didn't actually realize that once you pick a character, I can't pick them, because that's why I didn't pick Groot earlier. I would have picked Groot for the death proof. I think that would work really well in a mode such as this.
Yeah, no, that's why I was thinking I needed a little bit of tankiness. I'm a little lacking on that. Hopefully Wolverine and X23's healing will come through. Nick Fury. Namor's probably going to do nothing. I don't expect much from Namor this round. Especially because it's not war offense. They don't apply those specific benefits to this mode. Where, like, for example, if it's not war offense, Namor does not feel like fighting as hard. He takes it easy if it's not an Alliance War offense. Alright, so we're on top of the helicarrier. I get to go first. Alright, I think we got some time. We're gonna set some stuff up here. Oh, I get to go. Alright, time to show everyone what Gamora can do. Everyone doubts Gamora. This really depends on... Get over here, Wasp. She dodged it now. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad.
Fire this off here. See how that goes.
Look at that. Alright, X23. I want that. That's right. Ooh, that was pretty good damage, too. Technically,
Fence down
Wasp
on Namor, I reckon.
Probably smart. Alright, Namor. Alright, we got time, Namor. Take your time. Wasp was going to make her move. Now, Wasp, I think when she's charged, she can stun, right? Does that mean I have a stun coming out here?
Stun on Fury.
Oh, that damage. What's up with that?
Got another stun coming up here.
That combo there. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I can extend debuffs. Is that right?
Yeah, Graviton extends. And then you got to make a move with the Graviton right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Clicked that by mistake, but that's Fury gone anyway. So.
Alright, that was pretty bad. That's where you are. That was not good. Alright, let's see here. Winter Soldier is going. Man, that's big. That's awkward right there. That is not good at all. X23. Team is dropping a lot quicker than I expected. Alright. See here. Alright, X23, I need you to put in some work here. That's good, at least. No, it applies for any character. It's not just Mystic. Uh-oh. Ghost Rider's passive applies for all characters. That's not good. Can
the ultimate be evaded?
I don't know.
Yeah, doesn't say it in the tooltip, but
there goes Wolverine. Oh my goodness, I'm getting annihilated. All right, come on, Gamora, put some work in. Dodged again. Oh no. Oh my goodness. Wasp is actually really coming in clutch here. That wasn't bad damage. Oh my goodness. Wasp dodging both of Gomorrah's attacks. That is not good at all. Alright, let's see here. X23. Up here. Namor is slowed. We gotta. That was not bad damage though from X23. Oh my goodness. My team is getting annihilated here. At least it's not as quick as last week. Last week was a pretty quick destruction. I really did get like, it was literally 2 moves. He like, it was crazy. I didn't even know what happened. And the Wasp dodge, that really threw a wrench and everything. X23, oh, good healing though. Maybe there's a chance. All right, that's gonna. Oh, we dodged that. Okay, although you did get plus 300. That is not good. That's a lot of energy.
See, we'll go for the ultimate again here. I've actually been. A lot of these skills I've been trying to use and I've been running out of time and they've been used before I've actually meant them. So, as much as I'm doing okay with this team, I think it's just luck. It really is.
Oh, they extend debuffs.
Yeah.
That's some good synergy with, man, there's a lot of, see, we're discovering new tech right here, really. I mean, the synergy between Ghost Rider and Graviton with the extension of the debuffs and Wasp with the stun too and the extension. We're innovating on Marvel Strike Force as a whole right now, I feel.
I genuinely just did pick any characters, to be honest. It looks like I've really planned this out and I'm some kind of genius, but I'm not. Trust me. I'm really not.
He actually calculated all the team comps last night as he went to bed. He planned for everything. Man, I was really counting on this. I'm surprised how much damage they're doing. I was really expecting Wolverine and well, my whole team to actually be able to take some more hits. They really did just die. Like,
yeah, crazy. Right. There we go.
Oh,
I have no idea how that happened.
Oh my goodness, I got wrecked. That was a really awesome round though of a bonkers battle. That was at least it went on for a little longer than they usually do. Usually it's a washout. So that was nice that it was at least a pretty balanced battle. So really awesome bonkers battle right there. But we will go back to see the final 3 questions of this episode. I will see you right there, everyone. I majored in business and I work a 9-to-5 job now and I hate my life. I'm here to make sure I never become an adult. Wait, wouldn't that kill you too? That really just depends on what cinematic universe we're in. Prepare to die. Not if I punch first. Impossible! I took karate at the Y for a year and a half? I know. I took a judo class in college. No! I can do this all day. You aren't Chris Evans. I know what has happened to you. I know you're losing faith in adults. Most kids go through that, but with you, it was your high school principal. I know he never responded to any of our emails, no matter what they were about. He must have been busy when I emailed him. Every time? No, that isn't true. I must have just not been important enough then. Stop lying. You were an officer in the student council for 2 years, and when the coronavirus pandemic hit, you were one of the few students your principal reached out to for ideas. He was more than willing to reach out to you when it was convenient for him. The reason why he never responded to you is because you tended to disagree with him. You loved your high school so much, you created a fan page for it on Instagram. Who does something like that? But now, you worry what is the point and even try if as soon as you disagree with somebody, they're just going to shut you out, resisting the tides of change. They are all stuck in their own little bubble, and the worst thing is, you're already in one. Alrighty everyone, we are back, and that was a ton of fun, but now it's time to ask the final 3 questions. Tony Bing, what are some of your hobbies outside of playing Marvel games?
This kind of ties in with the last question you asked about covering multiple games. I don't have a great deal of time for hobbies. For a short period of time before we had all the craziness that's kicked off in 2020, I actually was going to archery lessons. So I was channeling my inner Hawkeye.
That's super cool.
it was really fun. I was actually going with a little girl as well. She's only 8, and she's actually pretty good as well. So she's my Kate. Is it Kate Bishop? Is that
Yeah,
what
Kate
you
Bishop.
call it?
Yeah, Kate Bishop's like the
She's
new
she's my
Hawkeye.
Kate Bishop. When I was doing that for a while, so hopefully I can get back to that. But another main hobby I have, and it's probably pretty obvious, it's guide making, and it's playing games. But the more interesting one was, without a doubt, the archery that I took up for a while there. It'll be good if there's a zombie apocalypse, which is probably coming later on in the year as well. So I'll be fine.
No, that's super cool that you do archery. I was a Cub Scout. Well, I was a Boy Scout too a little bit, but I did enjoy at Cub Scout camp. They would have us do, well, there's all kinds of activities they made us do, but I was a big fan of archery when we did that. So I'd like to think I wasn't too bad at it myself, but I do enjoy archery. I think that's a really cool sort of thing to pick up on the side.
Yeah,
A really awesome hobby there, and it is useful if we do get into the zombie apocalypse here later in the year.
it's happening. I believe that is after Aliens.
We gotta go
Alien
through the queue.
invasion, then it's a zombie apocalypse, and then it's just a large meteor on New Year's Day.
I'll be in the middle. I'll be at my college dorm, and I'll look out on the. I'll be in the middle of the city, and I'm just gonna look out. And there's a zombie apocalypse. I'll be like, oh. That's a really awesome hobby. Back to Marvel Strike Force, though. So I know on your channel you do a couple of spotlights on characters, and you really go into their animations. So I imagine you've seen a lot of character animations out of the game. Yep. What are maybe some of your favorite characters in terms of animations?
Definitely. There's one that I actually mention quite often when I'm doing the first impressions that I do now. I've almost got a benchmark for how good character animations are. I always mention Ghost Rider.
His are pretty sweet, especially with the motorcycle and all that.
Yeah, and one of the motorcycle animations is actually just his basic. It's not a special or an ultimate. It's just one of his basics.
Yeah. Does he like drive through them or something?
Yeah, and then you've got the penance there as well.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool too. Now, do you have any gauge for like for example, as time's gone on, have the animations gone better? Do you see them reusing more animations? What do you notice as you keep track of these animations? Like, do you be like, oh, that's the same kick I saw before? Or are they generally really good about making every character have some unique animations?
They're generally not too bad. The worst example, and they've never really repeated anything as badly as this, was with Juggernaut and then Rhino, where they actually have exactly the same charge, and I believe they possibly only change the colour of the lines that come off them when they're dashing. But yeah, that really irritated me at the time, and I was giving Cerebro a hard time about it, but he was just ignoring me. To be honest, I never got a response, because I believe the footage we got of Rhino was like the Envoy footage that was early access, and I was wondering, is this perhaps like an unfinished animation and they'll change it? But they never changed it, and they never get back to me as to why they done exactly the same animation. So that's pretty poor. Other than that, I don't think there's a lot of overlap. There's some characters, when it comes to characters that maybe use guns, for example, like Punisher and Winter Soldier, you notice an overlap in animations there, but at the end of the day, what can they really do? I'm not going to give them too much of a hard time about that.
No, I'd argue I'd say millennia ahead of most other mobile games in terms of animations. I think as a whole they're very good. Out of the most recent three, Squirrel Girl, Beast, and Emma Frost, which one you thinking has some of the best animations out of what you're seeing here?
I'd say Emma Frost.
Oh yeah, I was reading today. They said there are some really good animations on her. I personally, Squirrel Girl, the little squirrel on her shoulder, the little eye, was like that's great. That's what I'm really enjoying right now. But they always really do an awesome job with animations. It's nice to talk with somebody that actually like really pays attention to these kind of things. For me, it's like I'm just like, oh yeah, that's cool, and then I go on. So we've asked all our questions about Marvel Strike Force. Time for the final question that I always ask everyone on this show. As someone that's a little younger, I like to try to get life lessons from people. What's a life lesson you'd like to pass on to the younger audience, and do you maybe have a little story to go along with that?
One thing I would say is, I'm actually always on to the younger people in my work about this, is do something you enjoy and do something you're passionate about, because you're a long time working. You're working from when you're 16 until who knows what the retirement age will be. You essentially work to the grave nowadays.
Yeah.
Not to be too morbid about it. So it's very easy to fall into maybe hit 16, hit an age where you want to get just a job to get a bit of money in the bank, and you get stuck in that job. And I've done that myself. I actually worked in a supermarket for about 10 years, and that was 10 years of my life that was wasted completely. I had some fun. There was a lot of parties and what have you, but definitely it can be hard to focus yourself when you're younger, but try and find something you really enjoy, you're passionate about, you're good about, and throw yourself into it, and you're going to do well as a result of that.
I think that's a really good, some really good advice for people. I did work at a little grocery store last summer it was my part-time job. I was a cashier at a grocery store. So, but I think it was probably a much different atmosphere than my grocery store. The one I worked at, they paid us minimum wage, which in my state, minimum wage is pretty low, anyways, because it's not that expensive of a state to live in. And then on top of that, we had union dues. We were mandated to sign up for a union. So then the union took an additional fee. So we made below minimum wage at my grocery store. But they were flexible with scheduling. They were very good about scheduling.
Yeah, the one that I worked in, it was in the same hometown as where Jared Butler was brought up. So it was pretty wild.
That's pretty cool. That's really
yeah, it was wild.
That's a really awesome life lesson for everyone to take home, and I think we've gotten to hear a lot of really great stuff from you today. So where could people find you online if they want to see some of these sort of spotlight videos for the characters, or maybe they wanted to see some stuff about other Marvel video games?
Yeah, sure. It's just Tony Bing Gaming on YouTube. I'm Tony Bing Gaming on Twitter as well. Generally on Twitter, though I'm not one that will post my videos. I'm generally just posting or retweeting fail videos because I've got a bit of a soft spot for them. I do enjoy them a fair bit, seeing other people's misery. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, just be warned, it won't be much about games. It'll just be people failing, but definitely on the YouTube side of things, we're currently covering Marvel Avengers. I've got a really strong focus on that. And we've got Marvel Strike Force, and at the moment, content-wise, I'll generally do the first impressions videos, and I'll do an odd video, but content's not too heavy on it in Super War. Like I said earlier, won't be covering that anymore, unfortunately. Sorry to mention that again.
Yeah, no, that was news to me. So that's really awesome. And I have all that linked down below. So, any last words before we end the show for tonight?
Just really keep up doing what you're doing. Pokemon, I really love this format that you've used, and it's very often when you watch YouTube, it's all the same regurgitated content. It's thumbnails with shocked looking faces, it's people shouting at the screen, whereas what you're doing is absolutely great. And it's tying back in what I said a moment ago. Find something you're good at, find something you enjoy when you're young. You're in this situation at the moment, so keep doing what you're doing, mate, and you're going to do fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Everyone, can we give Tony Bing a big hand? I am? What is that? It's a break in the dimension. It's because there are too many Isaacs at one point in time. Don't worry, that'll be fixed soon. Now I'm going to self-destruct, destroying us both in the process. 60, 59, 58, 57. Wait, this is a lose-lose. We all lose as adults. 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46.
Herald Smash. I heard someone is getting a little too deep for a YouTube video about a mobile game. Isaac, don't listen to him. You can still break free. No one is stuck in their bubble. Bubbles may be hard to see, but they are fragile. Find a bubble and break it, Isaac. I will self-destruct as well, as it is cinematically pleasing, but I will start my countdown at a lower point. 20, 19.
45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31.
18. Run, Isaac. Get out of here.
Drive up from the steep roadside and plunge right down into the water. Get a little better at swimming the side stroke. Monsters think your kind means weak and they will steal you gas like UNG. But tell you that you have been acting really sort of toxic lately. I know that you are tired, but you should keep on working till you're fired. The job is on, you need to think and breathe.
He is doomed to be just like me.
We can only hope he doesn't, and if he does, then I will be there to stop him just like I do every time. At least this time the talk show made it to 5 episodes.
And if you realize this, it'll all make sense.
Harold, stop! We've been too busy fighting. We haven't actually talked about our problems. What? Come on, man, let's get out of here. Let's get some of Applebee's appetizers. I really like their onion rings. Thank you. Broke the loop finally.
I'll keep you close to me and teach you the way to breathe. Inhale, exhale. And that's about it, really.
Alrighty, everyone. I think it's about time to wrap up this episode and this show as a whole, because looking out the window right now, I think Jimmy Fallon's over there. I think he's finally coming back for his set. And on top of that, if you look behind me, some boxes that I need to pack in order for me to go to college. So with that being said, I hope everyone can have a happy and healthy day, and I hope all the days until I return are happy and healthy days for you guys. Play us out tonight, I'll have my good friend Andrew play us his song, Life in Passing.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrew, and tonight I'm going to be playing my song for you all, Life in Passing. Thank you very much.
You guys have a nice night. Come on, Harold, let's get out of here.
Feels like it's been years since I found, and I would like to be. Doesn't really matter.
You ready to go, Harold?
Where are we going?
I don't really know, Harold.
What's wrong?